Hello, my amazing English learners. I'm very happy you are here with me today. You are doing a great job by learning English step by step. Learning a language is not only about grammar or vocabulary, it is also about how you think and feel when you speak. It's about building small habits and believing in yourself. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to say something in English but your mind became empty? You couldn't find the words? That is a very common problem. Many English learners feel this way. Even people who study for many years sometimes feel nervous or shy when they speak. That's okay. You are not alone. But the good news is, we can fix it. Yes, we can change this feeling with small, simple actions. Today, I will talk about 8 common mistakes that stop people from speaking English fluently. These mistakes are easy to understand, and I will also show you how to fix each one. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take small steps every day. So, if you are ready to feel more free, more confident, and more happy when you speak English, let's do it together. Let's learn these mistakes, and let's learn how to grow past them. I believe in you. Let's begin now. Many English learners make a common mistake. They translate everything from their own language into English in their heads. When you do this, your brain has to work twice. First, it thinks in your language. Then it changes those words into English. This takes time. When you speak, your sentences can sound strange or slow because your brain is still translating. For example, if you want to say I am tired, you might first think the sentence in your language like estoy cansado. Then you try to change it into English. This slow process makes it hard to speak fluently. Sometimes the sentence does not sound natural because it follows the rules of your language, not English. To fix this, you need to stop translating in your head. You want your brain to think directly in English. This is not easy at first, but with practice, it becomes natural. The key is to start small. Every day, try to describe simple things around you in English. Look at what you see and say it in English without thinking in your own language first. For example, if you see a red car, say, "That is a red car." Don't think about how to say this in your language, just say it in English. If you are eating, say, "I am eating lunch." If you see a person who looks tired, say, "She looks tired." These small steps help your brain get used to thinking in English. You can do this anytime and anywhere. When you walk, look around and name things in English. When you are at home, describe what you do. When you wait for a bus, say the colors and shapes you see. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to think in English. Try to use simple sentences at first. You do not need to use difficult words. Just speak clearly and naturally. The goal is not to be perfect, but to train your brain. After a while, you will find that your English speaking becomes faster and sounds better. Another helpful idea is to talk to yourself in English. It may feel strange, but it is a great way to practice thinking in English. Say what you are doing or what you plan to do. For example, I am going to the market, or I will cook dinner. This habit trains your brain to think in English all the time. Reading English books or watching English shows can also help. When you see or hear phrases repeatedly, your brain learns to understand them quickly. Try to remember useful phrases and say them in your own words. This helps you stop translating because you already know how to say common things in English. Sometimes you will make mistakes. That is okay. Don't stop practicing because of mistakes. Making mistakes is part of learning. The more you speak and think in English, the fewer mistakes you will make. You can also practice with friends or teachers. When you speak with others, try to think in English instead of translating. This makes your conversations smoother and more natural. In summary, translating in your head slows you down and makes your English sound strange. To fix this, practice thinking directly in English every day. Describe things you see and do in simple English sentences. Talk to yourself and use common phrases. Be patient and keep practicing. Soon, you will speak English more quickly and naturally. Remember, learning a language takes time and practice. Don't give up. Each day you spend thinking in English brings you closer to speaking fluently. Keep going, and you will see great results. Many people who learn English make a big mistake. They want their grammar to be perfect before they speak. This can stop them from talking at all. They feel scared to make mistakes. They wait and wait until their grammar is perfect. But this is a problem, because even native English speakers make grammar mistakes. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time. When you focus too much on grammar, you may freeze. You may think too much about rules and tenses. This makes speaking slow and hard. You may forget what you want to say. Sometimes you do not speak at all because you worry about grammar mistakes. The truth is, grammar is important, but it is not everything. Good communication is the goal. When you speak English, people want to understand you. They do not expect perfect grammar. It is okay to make mistakes. Mistakes help you learn and get better. To fix this problem, you should use grammar as a guide, not a rule that stops you. Grammar helps you make clear sentences, but it should not stop you from speaking. Speak with confidence. Do not wait for perfect grammar before you speak. If you hesitate between two forms, just choose one. For example, if you are not sure whether to say, I have gone or I went, pick one and keep talking. It is better to say something than to say nothing. People will understand you even if your grammar is not perfect. Practice is more important than perfection. The more you speak, the better your grammar will become naturally. When you speak a lot, you learn grammar in a real way. You learn what sounds right and what does not. You learn how to use grammar without thinking too much. Many learners stop speaking because they think about grammar too much. They want to speak like a teacher or a book. But real speaking is different. Real speaking is natural and sometimes messy. Native speakers also make mistakes and fix themselves while they talk. You can also learn grammar by reading and listening, not only by studying rules. When you read English books or listen to conversations, you see and hear grammar in action. This helps you learn grammar naturally, without stress. It is good to learn grammar rules, but do not let them stop you from speaking. Use simple grammar that you know well. When you speak, focus on your message. What do you want to say? How do you feel? Speak with your heart. When you speak English, try to relax. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are normal and useful. Every mistake is a chance to learn. When someone corrects you, listen carefully and try to remember. This will help you improve. Remember, confidence is very important. When you speak with confidence, people listen more and understand better. Confidence makes your English better even if your grammar is not perfect. You can also practice speaking with friends, teachers, or language partners. Ask them to help you focus on communicating, not just grammar. When you practice with others, you get used to speaking without worrying too much about mistakes. Try to speak in English every day. Use simple sentences first. Do not try to say complicated things before you are ready. As you practice, your grammar will improve naturally. Your speaking will become more fluent and natural. Do not be afraid to speak badly at first. Every speaker started with mistakes. The important thing is to keep trying and practicing. Speak as much as you can. Use English in real life. This will help you grow fast. Another tip is to listen to English speakers and copy how they speak. Notice how they use grammar naturally. This helps you learn grammar without thinking about rules. You learn by listening and repeating. In conclusion, focusing too much on grammar can stop you from speaking English well. Grammar is useful, but it is not more important than speaking. Use grammar as a tool, not a barrier. Speak with confidence and do not fear mistakes. Choose one form when you hesitate and keep talking. Practice speaking every day, even if your grammar is not perfect. Learn grammar naturally by reading, listening, and speaking. Remember, practice is better than perfection. The more you speak, the better your English will become. Speak now, make mistakes, learn, and improve. Your goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. So be brave and speak English every day. Your English will grow quickly with practice and confidence. Keep going and enjoy your journey to fluency. Many English learners make a big mistake. They listen a lot, but do not speak enough. Listening is very important. It helps you understand words and sounds. But speaking is also very important. Speaking is like a muscle in your body. When you do not use a muscle, it becomes weak. When you use it every day, it becomes strong. The same is true for speaking English. If you only listen but do not speak, your speaking will stay weak. You will feel nervous and slow when you try to talk. Speaking is a skill that you must practice every day. Without practice, it is hard to speak fluently and confidently. Many learners feel shy or scared to speak English. They worry about making mistakes or being judged. This fear makes them avoid speaking. But the truth is, the more you speak, the better you get. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to find the right words and say them quickly. To fix this problem, you need to speak every day. It can be just a little bit every day, but it must be regular. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. You can start by talking to yourself. Look in the mirror and say simple sentences. For example, talk about your day, your plans, or what you see around you. Reading aloud is another good way to practice speaking. When you read English text out loud, you practice pronunciation and fluency. You get used to the sounds and rhythm of English. It also helps you remember new words and phrases. Another idea is to record a short diary in English. You can use your phone to record your voice. Talk about your day, your feelings, or what you learned. Then, listen to yourself and notice how you can improve. This is a great way to practice speaking and build confidence. Join in speak-in clubs or language exchange groups is very helpful. Many cities and online platforms have groups where people meet to practice English. When you talk with others, you get real experience. You learn to listen, respond, and speak naturally in conversation. Speaking with others also helps you learn new phrases and correct mistakes. People can give you feedback and support. This makes your learning faster and more fun. The more you speak, the more your brain remembers how to make sentences quickly. Your mouth gets used to English sounds and movements. Speaking becomes more natural and automatic. It is important to remember that making mistakes is normal. When you speak, you may say wrong words or use bad grammar. This is okay. Every speaker makes mistakes. The important thing is to keep speaking and learning from those mistakes. If you feel shy, start small. Speak in front of a mirror or record yourself alone. When you feel more confident, speak with a friend or teacher. Take small steps and build your confidence slowly. You can also practice speaking by describing pictures, telling stories, or answering simple questions. For example, look at a photo and say what you see. Tell a story about your day or answer questions like, "What did you eat?" or "What is your favorite movie?" Practice speaking every day, even if it is just a little. Make it a habit like brushing your teeth or drinking water. The more you practice, the more you improve. Speaking every day will help you think in English faster. When you speak a lot, you do not need to translate in your head. You start to feel and think in English naturally. This is a big step to fluency. You can also use apps that help you practice speaking. Some apps have voice recognition and can give you feedback on your pronunciation. These tools make practice easy and fun. Remember, listening is good, but speaking is the key to fluency. Use your English every day by speaking. Talk to yourself, to friends, or to teachers. Join groups where you can practice. The more you speak, the better you get. Do not wait for the perfect moment or perfect grammar. Start speaking now. Your confidence will grow with each word you say. Keep practicing and do not give up. Every day you speak, you get closer to your goal. Speaking English will become easier and more natural. In time, you will speak with less effort and more joy. You will feel proud and happy to share your ideas in English. So speak every day. Make speaking English your daily habit. Use all the tools and opportunities you have. Speak to yourself, speak to others, and never stop practicing. Your speaking muscle will get strong, and your English will improve fast. You can do this. Keep going and enjoy your English speaking journey. Many learners make the mistake of learning single words instead of phrases. They think if they know many words, they will speak well. But in real life, people do not use single words alone. They speak in groups of words called phrases or chunks. Phrases are groups of words that go together naturally. When you learn phrases, you sound more natural and confident. For example, instead of learning the word sorry alone, it is better to learn the phrase no worries or I'm sorry. Instead of learning the word think, learn the phrase let me think or let me see. These phrases help you speak like a native speaker. When people talk, they do not stop to think about one word at a time. They say whole phrases quickly. Learning phrases helps you speak faster and easier. It also helps you understand native speakers better because they use many phrases in daily life. Another example is the phrase, "It depends." This is a very common phrase people use to say that the answer changes. If you learn this phrase, you can use it when you do not have a simple answer. Learning single words is good, but learning phrases is better. Phrases are like building blocks. When you know many phrases, you can put them together to make sentences quickly. This helps your speaking sound natural and smooth. To fix this mistake, start by focusing on common phrases. You can find phrases in movies, TV shows, and conversations. When you hear a phrase, write it down and practice saying it. Repeat the phrase many times until it feels natural. Try to use these phrases in your daily English. For example, When you want to say, I do not mind, you can say, no worries. When you need time to think, say, let me see. When you want to say that an answer is not simple, say, it depends. Practice using phrases in simple sentences. For example, no worries, I can help you. Let me see what I can do. It depends on the weather. When you use phrases, you do not have to think about every single word. You learn the whole group of words as one unit. This helps your brain speak faster. You can also practice phrases by listening and repeating. Listen to short conversations or dialogues. Repeat the phrases out loud. Try to copy the way native speakers say them. Pay attention to their tone and speed. You can make flashcards with phrases instead of single words. Write the phrase on one side and the meaning or a sentence example on the other side. Review these cards regularly to remember the phrases. Learning phrases also helps you understand more when you listen. Native speakers use many phrases and idioms. When you know these phrases, you will not get lost in conversations. Try to learn phrases that are useful for your daily life. For example, greetings like, how are you? Or, nice to meet you. Or common responses like, I'm fine, thanks. Or, see you later. You can also learn polite phrases like, could you please help me? Or, thank you very much. These phrases help you speak politely and make a good impression. Using phrases helps your English sound natural and friendly. People will understand you better. You will also feel more confident because you know ready-made phrases to use. Do not just learn lists of single words. Spend time learning and practicing phrases. It will help you speak better and understand more. When you learn new phrases, try to use them quickly in conversations. This helps you remember them. The more you use a phrase, the easier it becomes to say it without thinking. You can also create your own phrase book. Write down new phrases you learn every day. Review and practice these phrases regularly. This will help you build a strong vocabulary of useful chunks. Remember, language is not just words, it is phrases, sentences, and conversation patterns. Learning phrases gives you the tools to speak smoothly and clearly. Try to learn a few new phrases each day. Practice them by speaking, listening, and writing. Use them in your daily life, even if only with yourself. When you focus on phrases, your English will improve faster. You will sound more natural and confident. People will enjoy talking with you more. Speaking in phrases also helps you think in English. Instead of translating word by word, you start to think in groups of words. This makes speaking easier and faster. Keep practicing phrases every day. Use them when you talk, write, or listen. This habit will help you become a better English speaker. So do not just learn single words. Learn phrases. Use common phrases in your daily conversations. Practice them often and try to use them naturally. By learning phrases, you take an important step toward fluency. You will speak more like a native speaker. Your English will be clearer, smoother, and more enjoyable. Keep practicing, and your English will grow every day. Learning phrases is fun and useful. Make it part of your daily English routine. Remember, small steps every day lead to big improvements. Start with simple phrases and build from there. Your English will become better and better. You can do this. Keep learning and speaking. Using phrases will help you sound natural and confident in English. Keep going, and your English will shine. Many English learners are afraid of making mistakes. This fear stops them from speaking freely. They worry that if they say something wrong, people will laugh or think they are not smart. This fear is normal, but it can stop you from improving. The truth is, making mistakes is a very important part of learning English. Without mistakes, you cannot grow. When you make a mistake, it means you are trying. It means you are learning something new. Every mistake is a chance to get better. Think of mistakes like stepping stones on a path. Each step takes you closer to your goal. If you never take a step because you are afraid to fall, you will never reach your destination. Many successful English speakers made lots of mistakes when they started. They did not stop speaking because of fear. They kept trying, learning, and growing. You can do the same. Change your mindset about mistakes. Instead of feeling bad when you make one, smile and think, "This is good. I am learning." Sometimes mistakes can be funny. When this happens, laugh at yourself. This will help you feel less scared. Everyone makes mistakes, and laughing is a good way to feel relaxed. When you laugh, you feel happy and confident, and speaking English becomes easier. Try to speak boldly. Speak even if you are not perfect. Remember, the world needs your voice. Your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings are important. Don't let fear stop you from sharing them. When you speak, people will listen and understand you better over time. To get better, practice speaking English every day. Talk with friends, teachers, or even yourself. When you make a mistake, do not stop. Keep going and try again. The more you practice, the more confident you become. Confidence helps you speak more and make fewer mistakes. Another way to overcome fear is to prepare simple sentences before you speak. This can help you feel ready. When you prepare, you make fewer mistakes, and you feel more confident. But even when you don't prepare, don't be afraid to speak. Speaking is practice, and practice is how you improve. It helps to remember that no one is perfect. Even native English speakers make mistakes sometimes. They do not stop speaking because of this. So, don't expect yourself to be perfect. Be kind to yourself and keep trying. You can also learn from mistakes by asking for help. If you do not understand why something is wrong, ask a teacher or a friend. They can explain it to you. Learning from mistakes is one of the fastest ways to improve. When you speak, focus on communicating your ideas, not on being perfect. If people understand you, you are doing great. Words can always be corrected later, but the most important thing is to share your thoughts. Mistakes are like tools. They help you fix your English and build stronger skills. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better you become. This is the path to fluency. Try to keep a positive attitude. Every time you speak, tell yourself, "It's okay to make mistakes. I am learning." This positive thinking will reduce fear and help you speak more. Sometimes you may feel shy or nervous. That is normal. Take deep breaths and remind yourself that mistakes are part of learning. Slowly, your fear will go away. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking even when you are afraid. You can be brave every day by choosing to speak English, even if it feels hard. If you feel stuck, start small. Speak a few words or short sentences. Gradually, speak longer sentences. With time, your fear will become smaller and your confidence bigger. Find friends or groups where people support each other. Being in a friendly environment makes it easier to speak without fear. You can make mistakes and still feel safe and accepted. Keep a journal of your progress. Write about the mistakes you made and what you learned. This helps you see how far you have come. It also shows you that mistakes are a sign of growth. Remember that every great English speaker started as a beginner. They made mistakes, learned, and kept going. You can do this too. Your mistakes today will help you speak well tomorrow. Speak with joy and courage. Your voice matters. Don't let fear hold you back. The more you speak, the more your English will improve. So next time you feel afraid to make a mistake, remind yourself, mistakes are your friends. They help you learn and grow. Speak boldly and enjoy the journey of learning English. You will get better every day. Keep going. Many English learners listen to English with the hope that they will understand and learn just by hearing it in the background. For example, they play English music or English videos while doing other things like cooking or cleaning. This is called passive listening. It is not very helpful because your brain is not fully paying attention. When you listen passively, your brain does not remember much, and you don't improve your English skills well. If you want to improve your English listening and speaking, you need to listen actively. Active listening means you pay close attention to what you hear and try to understand every word and sentence. You focus on the sounds, the words, and the meaning. Active listening helps your brain learn English faster. Here is how you can listen actively. First, choose short videos or audios that are easy for you to understand. It can be a short story, a conversation, or a simple English lesson. When you listen, do not just hear the words. Stop the audio or video often. Pause after a sentence or a phrase. Listen carefully to that sentence again. Try to repeat it out loud. This helps your mouth get used to the sounds and rhythm of English. You can also use a method called shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and speak it at the same time as the speaker. You try to copy the way they speak. You copy their pronunciation, intonation, and speed. This is a very good way to improve your speaking and listening at the same time. Another good idea is to write down useful phrases and words you hear. When you see a new phrase that you like or hear a sentence that is useful, write it in a notebook. Later, practice saying those phrases out loud. Use them in your own sentences. This helps you remember and use English better. When you listen actively, it is important to focus. Turn off other distractions like your phone or TV. Give your full attention to the English you are listening to. Even if you don't understand everything, try your best to follow and learn. Listening actively also means that you try to understand the meaning, not just the words. Try to think about what the speaker is saying. What is the story about? What are the main ideas? This helps you improve your listening skills in real life. Sometimes, you can listen to the same audio many times. The first time, listen and try to understand the general idea. The second time, listen carefully to details. The third time, repeat and practice the sentences. This repetition helps your brain remember English better. You can also record yourself speaking after listening. For example, after listening to a short story, tell the story in your own words. Record your voice and listen to it. This helps you find mistakes and improve your speaking. If you find some words or phrases difficult, look them up. Learn their meaning and how to use them. Then listen again and try to hear them clearly. This way, your vocabulary grows and your listening improves. Try to listen to English every day. Even 10 to 15 minutes of active listening can help you a lot. Consistency is very important in language learning. Remember, active listening is like training your brain and mouth. The more you do it, the stronger your English skills become. It is not easy at first, but with practice, it becomes natural and fun. Also, try to listen to different English accents. English is spoken in many countries, and each has its own way of speaking. Listening to different accents helps you understand real English better and prepares you for real conversations. If you are shy or nervous, listening actively at home is a good way to build your confidence. You practice listening and speaking without pressure. When you feel ready, you can start talking with others. Active listening helps you hear new words and phrases in real situations. This is very useful when you want to speak English naturally. You learn how people really talk, not just what you see in books. Sometimes you can watch English movies or series with subtitles. First, watch with subtitles in your language to understand the story, then watch again with English subtitles. Pause and repeat sentences. This is a good way to practice active listening. Use songs in English too. Listen carefully to the lyrics. Try to sing along. This helps your pronunciation and listening skills. If you use apps or websites for learning English, find ones that have listening exercises. Many apps let you listen and then answer questions. This helps check your understanding and keeps you active while listening. Try to make active listening fun. Choose topics you like, such as sports, music, or travel. When you enjoy what you listen to, you learn better. Always remember, listening actively is more than just hearing sounds. It is about understanding, repeating, and using what you hear. This is how you train your brain to think in English. So, next time you listen to English, don't just let it play in the background. Stop, listen carefully, repeat, and practice. Make active listening a part of your daily English routine. This will help you improve faster and speak English more naturally. Keep practicing every day, and you will see great improvement in your listening and speaking skills. Don't give up. Listening actively is a powerful way to learn English. Many English learners do not practice every day. Sometimes they study for 2 hours but only once a week. Other times they practice for 1 hour, but only every few days. This is called inconsistent practice. When you do not practice regularly, your progress becomes slow. You may forget what you learned, and it takes longer to improve. Learning a language is like training your body in a sport. If you practice every day, your muscles get stronger. If you practice only once in a while, it is hard to get better. If you want to speak English well, you need a daily routine. A daily routine means you practice English every day. It does not have to be a long time. Even 10 or 15 minutes each day is very helpful. Small daily practice is better than long practice once a week. When you practice every day, your brain remembers better. Your English grows little by little, and soon you can speak with more confidence. Creating a routine is easy. First, choose a time that works for you. It can be in the morning before work or school, during lunch, or before bed. The important thing is to practice at the same time every day. This helps your brain get used to learning English as part of your daily life. Next, decide what you want to practice. You can speak, listen, read, or write. For example, you can speak English for 5 minutes, listen to a short story for 5 minutes, and review vocabulary for 5 minutes. This way, you use different skills and keep your learning balanced. When you speak, talk about simple things like your day, your family, or your hobbies. You can talk to yourself, record your voice, or find a friend to practice with. Speaking every day helps you build confidence and improve your pronunciation. Listening practice can be watching a short video, listening to a podcast, or playing an English song. Listen carefully and try to understand. You can pause, repeat, and say the sentences out loud. Listening every day helps you hear how real English sounds. Reviewing is very important too. Go over the words and phrases you learned before. Repeat them and try to use them in sentences. This helps your memory and makes you ready to use English in real conversations. Sometimes it is hard to find motivation. You may feel tired or busy. But remember, even 5 minutes of practice is better than none. If you miss a day, don't worry. Just start again the next day. Consistency is more important than perfection. You can use a notebook or a calendar to track your practice. Write down what you did each day. This helps you see your progress and stay motivated. When you see how much you have improved, you will want to keep going. Try to mix fun activities with serious study. You can watch a movie, play a game in English, or read a story you like. When you enjoy your practice, it becomes easier to keep your routine. Using reminders can help too. Set an alarm on your phone or put a note where you can see it. These little reminders tell you to practice English every day. If you can, find a practice partner. You can help each other stay on track. When you practice with someone else, it is more fun and you get better faster. Remember, learning English is a journey. It is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about showing up every day and doing your best. Small steps every day lead to big results. You don't need to spend hours studying. 15 minutes a day with focus and good practice is enough to improve. Make your daily routine simple and clear. For example, morning, speak about your plans for the day. Afternoon, listen to a short English story. Evening, review new words you learned. You can change your routine as you go, but keep the habit. Practice regularly, even if it is short. When you have a routine, your brain starts to think in English more often. Your speaking becomes faster and your confidence grows. You will notice that you understand more when people speak English. Many successful English learners say that their daily routine was the key to their progress. They did not try to learn everything at once. They made small, steady steps every day. You can do the same. If you want to speak English well, start today. Make a simple plan for daily practice. Stick to it for 1 week, then 2 weeks. Soon it will feel natural, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Your daily routine is your best friend in learning English. It keeps you on the right path and helps you reach your goals. Remember, practice every day, even a little, is better than a lot only once in a while. Be patient and kind to yourself. Learning takes time. You can do this. Keep practicing every day, and your English will improve faster than you think. The key is to keep going and never give up. Your daily routine will help you become a confident English speaker. Many English learners wait a long time before they start speaking. They think, I will speak only when I am ready, or I need to learn more words first. But waiting too much is a big mistake. It stops you from improving. No one speaks perfectly at the start. Even native English speakers make mistakes. If you wait for perfect skills, you may never start speaking. The best way to learn is by doing. Speaking helps you learn faster. You don't need to be perfect to start. Speak with what you know. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes help you learn and get better. When you speak, you practice new words, sounds, and sentences. This practice builds your confidence. Start small. Speak to yourself at home. Say simple sentences like, I am hungry, or today is sunny. Talking to yourself is good practice before you talk to others. Then, try to speak with friends or classmates. You can practice short conversations. Don't worry about mistakes. Your friends will understand and help you. Joining English clubs or groups is also a great idea. Many groups meet online or in person to practice speaking. These groups are friendly and supportive. They want to help you improve. You can also use social media. Post short sentences or videos in English. You can write about your day, your hobbies, or ask questions. Many people will support you and give you feedback. Remember, the key is action, not perfection. Every time you speak, you get better. Each small step is progress. If you feel shy, start with easy practice. Read aloud from a book or repeat phrases from videos. Record your voice and listen to it. This helps you hear your progress. Don't compare yourself with others. Everyone learns at their own speed. Focus on your progress, not on being perfect. When you speak now, you learn how to say words correctly and how to form sentences. You also learn to listen and understand others better. Waiting can make you feel nervous, but when you start speaking, your nervousness goes down. The more you practice, the more confident you become. If you make a mistake, don't feel bad. Laugh and learn. Every mistake teaches you something new. Take small challenges every day. Say hello to someone in English. Ask a question. Share a story. These small talks help you practice. Set simple goals. For example, today I will speak 5 sentences in English. When you reach your goal, feel proud. Use apps or websites to find speaking partners. Many language exchange sites connect you with people who want to learn your language and help you with English. Remember, the perfect moment to speak is now. Don't wait for more grammar or vocabulary. Use what you have and keep adding new words every day. Speaking now makes learning fun and real. You use English in real life, not just in books. Every time you speak, you train your brain and mouth to work together. This helps you think in English faster. Waiting too long can make you lose motivation. When you start, you feel excited to learn more. You are brave to speak. Keep that courage and keep talking. Your English will improve step by step. Every conversation helps you grow. Speak today, speak tomorrow, and every day after. Your voice is important. The world wants to hear you. Start now, and your English will get better and better. Speaking English every day is very important. Try to speak aloud every morning. You can say simple sentences about your day. For example, today is sunny, or I am eating breakfast. This helps your mouth and brain work together. When you speak daily, your confidence grows, and your words come faster. Learning in chunks means learning groups of words that go together. Instead of learning one word at a time, learn phrases you hear in movies or conversations. For example, how are you? Or I don't know. Repeat these phrases many times. Use them when you talk. This makes you sound natural and helps you remember better. Try to think in English. When you do things, say what you are doing in your mind. For example, when you wash your hands, think, I am washing my hands. When you go to the market, think, I am buying vegetables. Thinking in English helps your brain get used to the language. It stops you from translating in your head. Listening is also very important. But just listening to English in the background is not enough. You need to listen actively. Find short videos or audio clips. Listen carefully and pause the video. Repeat what you hear. Try to copy the sounds and pronunciation. This practice helps your listening and speaking skills. Use real-life practice to improve quickly. Join conversation clubs or use language exchange apps. These places connect you with other learners or native speakers. You can practice speaking with real people. Talking with others is the best way to learn. It teaches you how people speak in real life. Make practicing English a daily habit. Choose a time every day to study or speak English. It can be 15 minutes or 30 minutes. The most important thing is to be consistent. Practicing regularly helps your brain remember better than practicing a lot, but only once a week. Fluency does not happen by magic. It is a process you build step by step. You do not need a perfect accent or expensive courses. What you need is to speak more, be brave to make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and use English every day. You are not stuck in your English journey. You are just one good habit away from speaking freely and confidently. Starting today, keep practicing, and you will see great progress faster than you think. Thank you for being here and learning with me today. If this lesson helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. We are all learning together, and I believe in your success. Keep going. You can do it.